Hello, and welcome back to the Long Dark. Once again, we are sort of after the fact recording this because of the meltdown of the computer and the problem, well, my issue with checkboxes in Fraps. So when we last left off, we had tried to go to the Three Strikes homestead, and we ended up getting stuck in a storm and getting hypothermia. So our treatment is that we have to remain above freezing for 16 hours. So the way it looks like is that we are going to have to be homebodies for quite some time. And so let's start sort of prepping things. First off, we're going to take a look at our food supply. And we have some stuff. You'll notice we have like 4 cans of food and some water, and some of that wolf meat that we got, which is good. So we're going to put some of the wolf meat away, because if it stores in a container, it lasts longer. And we'll pull out the thing that has the least amount of quality. The cat stalks I can keep out because they're at 100%. They always stay at 100%, and they're sort of our emergency stock. So we will also add a little bit of water to our inventory. We're not going anywhere, so we don't really have a problem with weight or anything. So now we're also going to have to repair some of our clothing because it got kind of beat up in the storm. So we'll do that too. So we're going to eat the rest of the wolf meat. Now, of course, I kept myself with the 228 one, the one that I already had eaten from. So I'm probably going to have to pull out another wolf meat pretty soon. We also have the dirty water. We may end up converting that into clean water using the stove later. So while we're chilling out here, and also I'm going to go and do another thing too, which is we killed the wolf. So we got the wolf pelt and the fresh gut. So we're just going to drop those down, and then we'll end up taking them off the floor and putting them on places like the tables and stuff. But anyway, so while we're being homebodies for most of this video, I figure I can talk a little bit about what happened with the computer. If you remember a while ago, there was a lot of noise in the background from my computer, and of course that was the CPU fan. And eventually I started looking at, well, is my CPU fan actually cooling anything? And it really kind of wasn't. So before it completely melted down into a piece of slag, I decided that we kind of had to change this up. Now, when that happened, for some reason, changing the CPU fan told Windows that Windows wasn't valid anymore. I can't even imagine that a CPU fan would change the configuration, but that's sort of what happened. So I had to redo Windows, and then from there, of course, everything gets quote unquote unregistered from the registry and all that good jazz. So right now we're tired, and we're getting tired fast because we have hypothermia, and that's what hypothermia does. So what we're going to do is we're going to repair some of our clothing until we get completely tired, and right now we're completely tired. So we're exhausted. So it's time to go upstairs and go to sleep. So anyway, getting back to the what happened in the middle of November. Another thing that happened in the middle of November is several years of working on a project finally came to fruition, and I'm happy to say that I have actually finished up with the help of my buddy and his business. Actually finished up, our first video game. So it's a video game called Prominence. It's an adventure game, point and click. So it's a little different from the Long Dark, but we're a two-man team. We've always liked the point and click adventures, like Myst and stuff. So we made one called Prominence, science fiction adventure. I'll give the link in the comments, and go check it out. You're very happy with it, but of course, after it released, which was on the 6th of November, things got a little crazy doing, tech support and stuff as well. So, and then of course, all in the midst of this, the computer melts down, and so it was very interesting. So yeah, so that's sort of the complete story of sort of what happened. So right now we've rested for 8 hours. We ate and drank a little bit, and now we're resting for another 8 hours. Now it's the middle of the night, but if you look in the bottom left, we no longer have hypothermia. But of course, now that we've gone through an entire day of completely clear weather, it's time for the wind to start picking up, and that's exactly what's happening. So yeah, now we're gonna rest for a little bit more, and this way we'll get to a point where we have like 12 hours of daylight left now. So we're going to drink some more. You'll notice that we're out of food that we're carrying, except for the cat tail stalks. So we're going to want to take care of that pretty soon. Looking around, we really need to work some more on repairing some stuff. So we're going to repair the boots. So those are fully repaired. We definitely want to repair the Mariner's Pea coat, because that's our main source of warmth, is that guy. So and now the weather's gone bad. So everything else seems to be in pretty good shape. So let's head downstairs. Sounds like there's a big blizzard storm outside. So let's check in here. Just checking on our inventory. We got insulated boots there. We got 2 pairs of jeans. And we got 4 cloth. Yeah, so here's our medical equipment, and now we're heading back. We're gonna head to the fridge now, just taking stock of everything. We're gonna pull out the wolf meat, and then also have to, let's check the cabinets too. So this is where all the where all the kind of supply stuff is. We're going to pull out the two newsprints so we can just convert them into tinder plugs. We're basically doing all the stuff that requires time and requires you to just sit there and sort of do it. So now we've got 9 tinder plugs, which is pretty good. Looking at our supplies, we're doing pretty good with our supplies. We need to get a little more water, clearly. The clothing looks good, the medical looks good. So we look like we're in fairly decent shape. Let's just head in here. I want to check the medicine cabinet. And we're going to put an antiseptic, one of the antiseptics. The best one, the best 2. Into there. Bandages, 5 bandages, 6 antibiotics. Let's drop some of the painkillers. Like 6. We'll keep 10 with us. Okay. So then let's head back. And we need a hunting knife to break down the pillow, unfortunately. And we need a hatchet to break down the tables. We really need to find more wood. So let's... we can break this chair down with our hands. So let's do that. That'll give us 4 pieces of wood. Oh, feeling kind of hungry. Okay, so we're checking in our container with all the wood in it. We're ravenous and we're thirsty. So let's take care of that right now. So we're going to end up eating both of these wolf meats, I think, just to get our calorie level up. We're going to drink a little bit, but that's going to take all of our water. So we got 92.92 gallons of water there, but we have all this unsafe water. So let's convert this into safe water. We need to get more water and stuff. So, oh, definitely not that one. Definitely that one. Yeah. So we're going to take out that reclaimed wood. I like 3 pieces. Okay. How about a couple more? How about all of them? So let's come over to the stove. And let's start a fire. We got 51% chance to start this fire with reclaimed wood, because reclaimed wood doesn't burn as nicely as everything else. So, and we failed. That should come as no surprise to anyone. So we're going to try it again. Now basically what we're going to do is we're going to take all that unsafe water that we have and we're going to boil it so that we make it safe water. We'll drink some, put the rest, or some of the rest in the fridge. And if we have any fire time left over, we'll either we'll either cook up some coffee or we will make some more unsafe water. You should never have a fire running that you're not doing something at unless it would kill you to do it there. So we're going to boil up some water and then we're just going to boil the rest. And so now all that unsafe water is now safe water. So let's melt a little bit more snow. Melting snow takes a lot of time. And that's it. We have 0.96 gallons of unsafe water. So, looking at this, we're going to drop that in there. And then we've got a rather nice bit of water. We're going to hold on to the water because we're not really overweight. And we can't break that down. Can't break the cabinets down. Oh, we're parched, so let's drink some water. Okay. We can start working on repairing some more stuff. Oh, we failed. No, stop, don't harvest. I hate that it does that. When it fails a repair, it should fail and have it select the repair again. Because if you fail a repair, your thought is not, well, this object failed a repair. Let's harvest it now for punishment. I never think that. So, and the game shouldn't either. It's not the clothing's fault. It's my fault for not being a good enough, sewer person, good enough tailor, right? So yeah, so let's repair all this stuff while the storm still rages on. And okay, now the clothing looks really good. We can do the scarf if we want to. That's the next lowest one. And, nah, 80 is good enough, really. I mean, okay, so let's check out this chair. Okay, this particular chair requires a hatchet to break down. So, are there any other chairs? Here's the bench. You need a hatchet to break that down. How about this chair? How about this chair? Okay. Now, obviously, some chairs... Oh, hey, look, there's a candy bar there. Totally missed that. You need a hatchet to break that down. Okay, probably don't want to break down the table because there's stuff on it right now. And I'm not even sure that I could anyway. So... Oh, what about the crate? We can break down the crate. Okay, so once again, what I'm doing here is I'm going around and I'm trying to do stuff during this storm that, that just requires time. There are certain chairs that I can pull apart with my hands, but they have to be kind of flimsy chairs, and most of the chairs can't pick up the wooden cubes. That's kind of a bummer. Can't break down the shelf, can't break down the table. Here's the shelf. But I'm pretty sure this chair, yeah. This chair's in pretty bad shape, so we can break that down. And that gives us 4 reclaimed wood. It's starting to get a little dark. Okay, so let's, Oh, look, there's another chair we can break down. Pretty much all the chairs that are laying around on the ground are pretty much in such bad shape that, there we go. Okay. So, here's a bed, and it's about time to go to sleep. Tired, ravenous, and thirsty. So, before we do anything else, might as well eat this nasty candy bar. And then drink some. Now, if you notice, our calories are really kind of low. We only have a couple more things in the refrigerator. So we're definitely going to have to deal with getting some food, because we're running low now. This is not usually something that we worry about in the Voyager mode so much.
Man, all I can think about is food.
So, okay. So, you're starving, so let's light a lantern. And we'll actually head downstairs so that we don't starve in our sleep. I don't think we'll actually starve in our sleep, but we may not get good sleep. We may actually wake up prematurely if we're hungry. So, that's what's left in the fridge. Can of pork and beans, pinnacle peaches, and some beef jerky. So, we're going to eat the pinnacle peaches. There's the pinnacle peaches. Let's eat them. Eat the pinnacle peaches. And then once we do that, then we'll go back to sleep for a couple of hours. Make no mistake, though, when we wake up, we're definitely going to have to deal with the hunger issue. So we're going to sleep for 4 hours, and then once we're done with that, we're going to end the video here, and we're going to pick it up again next time, starting from this spot. So thank you for watching. Hope you've had fun, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.